7, I think it is. So we're moving right along on these episodes at 2 a week. We got a couple of announcements. One, the Lat Cookbook once again is still accepting recipes. That's Ryan is heading that up. And so where do you send it? Right there, plainsimpleryan@gmail.com. You can also find him on Twitter at oh, I gotta shut that off. Let me shut off my alarms here so that doesn't happen. I put that on silent. Okay. And so yeah, plainsimpleryan@gmail.com or at plainsimpleryan on Twitter. Either way is where you can send your recipes. When to send them? Now's good. Well, after the live stream or tomorrow. But he will be accepting recipes until the end of September. Then the other question that we've had about the Lat Cookbook is, can I send it? Yes, we are absolutely wonderful with getting recipes from across the world. In fact, I actually kind of prefer that. I love trying new food. So sure, send you, if you got a recipe, an old family recipe, anything, just something, a favorite, send them. We'd like to try them. Let's see. So I think at this point I'm going to go ahead and start up our intro, which is where I generally will share the live stream on Twitter and Facebook, and I encourage you to as well. And we will see you in just a second.
Your destination is on the left.
We're going to need a longer intro because that's how long it takes me to share on both Twitter and Facebook. Most of that, I'll be honest, is me trying to find everything. So I apologize for that dead space there. I would like to real quick just remind you that, through the week when we're not doing the live streams are great. We love the party and everything. We pull the chat up real quick. We love to party and everything, but we want you to remember that that the idea is to spread the light. So if during the week in between the live streams, the idea is to help other people see what we have seen, that it's about finding similarities. Everybody's, I mean, differences, once we get to where we're actually positive, like the Lat Fam has become, we can celebrate our differences instead of being at each other's throats over them. And this is the kind of thing that the world needs right now. So go out and tell your friends, let them know, hey, there's a better way. I think most of the people that are still fighting gotta be tired of it by now. So let's show them a better way. In the meantime, let's take a look at the chat real quick. Constance, hello. I wish bonjour, I guess. I'm still working on trying to find a way to get these closed captioned and translated. I don't know how to say that in French, but we haven't forgotten you. Rachel Cooper, hello. Cindy Jeffries, Stacy Lyons, Samantha Sheldon, Michelle Arwood. I want to shout her out real quick. She's been basically keeping me together. As I try to keep up with the live streams and everything else. And we have a bunch of volunteers actually that have been working diligently behind the scenes and keeping us sane. So yeah, let's see, Jen Lau, my bestie on Instagram is Nikki Owens. Katso is here. You gotta love Katso. A couple of other announcements real quick before we get started. Panda is sick. A lot of you may hear me refer to Panda. That's my fiance's nickname, And so Cass is with me in the studio, and hopefully he's going to behave and just lay down on his bed and do what he's supposed to do. If he doesn't, or he starts whining, you'll have to excuse me for a second while I take care of that. Not much we can do. I mean, stuff happens. So, Krabby Patty for you. Hello, Petunia from. Okay, cool. We got Twitter represented, we got Facebook represented, we got YouTube represented, all in the chat, and that is absolutely awesome. So what I get to do now is, because I haven't found a way to do this automatically yet. I do too, Victoria. I really do. Lou, hey, how you doing? And let's see. I've got to get the meeting set up here. Just ever so briefly. Get ready to invite some people in. Our guest today is Christina Shaw. If you haven't had a chance to check out her interview, I definitely recommend it. And while I am while I'm getting her on, we're going to go ahead and take a look at some of the high points from that interview, and we will get going here just shortly.
Probably 2 years after high school. Maybe it was a year, because I tried to go to college that summer, and I just was burnt out, and so I withdrew. And then I think it was about a year and a half. Then I was like, no, I needed to do something, so I went to nursing school. And then from nursing school is when I went into the service.
And how long were you in the service for?
2 years and 2 months, something like that.
Well, what were you going into the service for? Was
it was to work as working as nursing. The recruiter came by one day and was like, hey, this and this, and I'd always wanted to go. And I was like, you know what? Why not?
Where were you stationed?
In D.C.
Oh, you were in D.C.,
yes.
huh? In the Beltway.
Yeah.
The Devil's Den.
Walter Reed, yeah.
Oh, Walter Reed. Well, and what years was that? That was
94 to 97.
Ooh, rough times at Walter Reed, huh? What suggestion might you have for the average person watching?
Be happy with what you're doing. Find something that you love doing, and be happy with that. Don't settle for anything less than happy. Because I think I already said it before, if you're stuck in something that you don't like, you're going to be miserable. It's going to seep out into everything. So, and it's not always about a job with status or a car or anything like. You find something that you enjoy and cultivate that. Don't let your personal demons get to you. It's okay to visit with them a while. Just don't take up residence with them.
Don't.
No.
Whew.
Hold on to your light. Find your light. That's like a cornerstone. And it's hard at times. You're just like, I don't see no damn light.
Exactly. Yeah.
But you do have to, don't let your demons get to you. Yeah.
And so here we are with Christina Shaw. Hello. Okay.
Hello, how are y'all?
There we go. We lost audio for a second. I'm doing fantastic. The chat is quite active, which is a good thing. They're calling you the OG of the group, which the original gangster, I guess, is what I think that means.
I don't think I'm worthy of that, but okay.
So we watched a couple of high points in that. You mentioned that you're in school, and you and I yesterday when we were getting set up, we kind of talked about what you were in school for, and if you could go ahead and explain or tell us what that is, and then explain it, because it's not something that many of us are aware of, I don't think.
I'm going to school for a geographic information science and technology degree, and basically it's a fancy term for mapping or cartography. Once you graduate, you could either go doing traditional mapping, like in the sense of road maps, something like that, or you can go on another end doing spatial data, kind of like I'm sure everybody's seen the John Hopkins map for COVID. That's done using GIS data.
Okay.
So, and then you could also go from on a remote sensing side, which is taking satellite data of images of the Earth. Are you losing me? I see it glitching.
Well, I'm not sure what's going on with the internet, but
okay.
But it is what it is. That's all we got.
It's probably mine. I did turn off everything that it would interfere with. So I apologize.
Yeah, it is.
But long story short, yeah, it's mapping. You can do, cartography. because I'm burnt out on nursing.
Okay. Well, and believe it or not, you that was one of the things that I put in there because, and this is going to shock you, I did not realize this when we were speaking about it. But you said that you were an LVN, right?
Yes.
Okay. And that's the same
Yes,
as
I
an
am.
LPN? It's the same as a like
Yes,
a licensed
licensed practical
practical?
nurse.
Yeah.
Texas and yes, Texas and one other states are the goofy states that were called vocational nurses.
Uh, and you mentioned that you were at um, Walter Reed, right? And
Yes.
and
Yes.
what years were you there again?
94 to 97, the first part of 97.
Okay, so this is how small a world it
So I was
is.
at the medical center.
You're right. This is how small
Yeah.
a world it
Were you
is.
there that time?
In 1996, I had that accident that put me out of the military. It was the final one of three, and I was medevaced from the Middle East to
Okay.
Ramstein Air Force Base to Walter Reed Medical Center.
To Walter Reed?
Yep.
Okay.
How small of a world is that?
Yeah, you were on the ward that I was very small, because I was on Ward 46, which is one corner of the building, and the Gulf War stuff they had, I think it was like the floor above us or maybe the one above that, but it was on the other corner of the building. So that's so weird.
Yeah, I was thinking about that, and I was telling Panda about that just now. I was like, yeah, I couldn't believe it when it finally struck in my head because Walter Reed in those years, it was pretty wild. So tell us, I mean,
Yeah.
I know because you and I are both on Twitter quite a bit, and so I know you've been following the Love America tour. Why don't you tell us how that's
I have.
affected you since Corin came through and since the Love America tour started?
My notifications have blown up. And so it's aside from that, it's just seeing a lot more positive interaction between individuals versus some of the negative, people just being, I guess, in a bad mood or something, just being snarky. But I've seen more love and support between the group that follows Love America Tour.
Yep, and that has actually
So
come in.
it's, I guess, Twitter algorithms watch that, so it's altered my feed. Yeah.
It has mine as well. I can't seem to stay away from Twitter because every time I look over, there's like 40 or 60 notifications.
There's the little thing.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah. And I'd like to say I may not always interact. It's just sometimes I either don't have time or it's just I'm busy with something else. I do see them. I just can't always interact. So
That was me
I do
today
I
as
do
well.
read them.
Yeah, I try to get through and like everything and read it. And I've noticed that sometimes when you just go by notifications, because today I've been driving on Twitter by notifications only, you miss some in the big thread. But I do like to go back and read the threads because there are some great gifts.
There are, and it's like you do get some good little jewels of positive reinforcement that people will share, that you can, regardless of what their conversation track was, you can use it for something else maybe going on in your life.
That's been happening a lot lately also. I got to
Yeah.
tell you that the chat is Samantha's like, don't settle for less than happy. That was a good quote. It was one that was in the intro
Yes.
from your original. Michelle is like, less politics, more love. If you had to, I know you've been watching a bunch of the interviews, if you had to pick like a common thread or a couple of common threads that you've noticed just from watching the interviews and even further meeting these people and learning about the people on Twitter as we have, what would you say that those are?
Perseverance through hard times, whether that be, monetary or physical, mental. It's just the will to move on and not get stuck in a rut. And that regardless of our socioeconomic backgrounds, we are all the same. We're all human beings. Regardless of what label society puts on you or wants to put on you, We're all human beings. And so that's what I dislike about a lot of the hate, is that it's directed towards a labeled group. I'm sorry, that's still a human being to me. So I just don't have the time sometimes for that mentality.
I agree, and hopefully we can help people out. And that's what I was saying earlier in the intro, is that, you know, one person at a time. If we can help one person at a time get out of the negative and into the positive, not only does it help
Yeah.
humanity on average, but it will help that one person. It actually, just moving from negative to positive, has health benefits, has
Yes.
you know, your life just gets better.
It does. And then in turn, it affects your circle that's around you. Um, they'll start noticing a change, and maybe your change will maybe trigger something in them to do some self-reflection or introspection, to change something that they're unhappy with about themselves.
I can tell you that that has happened with me. I have learned so much from the Lat Fam, and I mean, I'm in front of the camera for you guys all the time, but I learn so much daily from everybody. Quick question: do you know who
Okay.
Sugarbug
If
Bug
y'all
is?
wonder why I'm looking down, I'm just mentioning. I'm sorry.
Can you tell me? Do you know who Sugarbug Bug is?
Yes, I do.
Can you tell us
Oh,
who
and
that
on
is?
that note, hi, Sugar Bug Bug.
Yep, she
That's
said,
Jody's granddaughter.
and
Yep.
she wanted to come see you, so she got
And
shouted out twice.
hi, Sugar. And then pass along to say hi, Cooper.
You already did. Everybody that can hear me can hear you.
Okay.
We are getting
Okay.
a lot of folks basically saying that, you know, agreeing with you that the interactions on Twitter, it's always good to go back and read that.
Hmm.
People are noticing that it's been helping them, the positivity as well. So I'm not sure if Corin and the chat are ready quite yet, but I understand that you've been working and going to school. How far along in your school career are you
Yes.
again?
Crazy. How far or how much longer do I have?
Either, yeah.
I only have this semester. Yeah. If it all goes as planned, I should graduate next spring,
Oh,
hopefully.
that's
Yeah.
terrific. If they're gonna do, because like colleges are
And I can't
starting to
wait.
do. I'm excited for you. I never finished my degree, but I, you know, if a lot of colleges are doing online graduations, or I mean, not that they don't have graduations,
Yes.
but they broadcast it online, and you
Yeah.
have got to let us know if Texas A&M is going to do
Oh,
that.
they
So
do.
that,
They'll do a Zoom. In fact, for last semester, I was invited. It was for some awards, and I got invited to the post graduation ceremony for my college. And so they do like several different Zooms, and depending on which one it is, sometimes we can't share them. I think it's a security thing. Um, but if they will, I sure we will. I
yes.
can tell you that after graduation, if it's still with the COVID lockdown, what they have been doing was at Kyle Field on the big screen monitor, they've been showing everybody's name, and it's like several hours long. So there's the way
Well,
to do that.
regardless of how it happens, if it's live, we want to watch you. We want to watch you walk the stage. And if it's
Okay.
not, you've got to get some friend of yours or a classmate or something to film you so that we can play the clip on the live stream.
Mom,
Because that's a big deal.
and you know what I'm referring to when I do mention that. My mom probably will, but that's all I want to say about that.
Okay, that's fine. As long as we get, oh, Cooper just yelled, yeah! So that came in from the chat. Um, so Leanna Perez, what are you going for,
So I figured
Christina?
he'd appreciate that.
Yeah, she's looking at finishing her.
It's
She's looking at finishing her degree at Ashford in 2022. So if you wanted to go over what your
hey,
degree is again.
it'll be a bachelor's of science in geographic information system, or excuse me, geographic information science and technology with an emphasis in Earth system analysis.
Okay, you got to tell me what Earth system analysis
And
is, because
with GIST, there's a breakdown. It's basically studying planet Earth, mapping Earth function systems.
cool.
The other track is doing computational design, and that's the programming aspect of it. And then there's the human side, which is more like a geographer. They would do map like population change, state changes, things to do with human populations and whatnot. And so
That's a
I've always loved Earth science, and so I went with the Earth system side.
That is amazing. And you were going to say something about GIST as a breakdown of something.
Oh, I was just gonna. It was mentioned in the three analysis, the three tracks. It's you had the programming side, and then the Earth system side, and then the human side.
So yeah, Michelle Arwood is in the same boat as me. She just says so cool and interesting. Never knew it existed, and I knew of its existence, but I didn't know what it was called. And I assume then, so like with Earth
I
systems, is
only
that
found
like earthquakes and I don't know, glaciers, or what is Earth systems?
you could map earthquakes. Yeah, you can map earthquakes, forest fires, um, wildfire. You can map underbrush, the fuel sources for wildfires, which that would mainly be done through remote sensing. Um, Gosh, what else? You could do bathymetry, which is the mapping of the ocean floor.
Cool.
They have that aspect, which I haven't had any experience in that, but it's cool to me. What else? A lot of satellite images, when you use those, you're mapping temporal changes. So like population growth of a city. So basically an urbanization of an area. Um, there's a wide variety. It can be used in medical for disease tracking. So it's just whatever you want to go into.
That is amazing. And so I guess that the people that go into this field are the scientists and such that are actually doing the work to save the planet at this point.
To a certain extent, yeah. But it can be, and I shouldn't say mundane, but it can be as as mundane as just mapping where like sewers are, or the electric lines to a houses. So you're doing an urban development side. So you're mapping, making sure your new urban development has access to city resources.
Okay. Leanna is
So it can be used for a wide variety of things.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's cool is all get out. It makes me want to go look it up. And Leanna says that sounds like such an
Mhm.
interesting and exciting career. What made you decide to go in that direction? I mean, what made you pick that over other things?
Funny enough, because I was just going to mention that I was originally in school in Beaumont at Lamar University for geology, and I did a field oh, brain, come on now, field guide of Texas, and we went to Big Bend, and my professor, I do not want to go into oil and gas. I just don't. It's a conflict of interest for me. And a lot of geology degrees, that's where you go, is oil and gas. And so when I was looking up internships, trying to find something else to do with a geology degree, GIS kept popping up. And I was like, what is this? And it just, I mean, it was always popping up. And so I looked into it, and I was like, mapping. I've always loved maps. National Geographic. I couldn't wait to get a National Geographic with a map. Guess who makes an appearance?
Ah,
Jonesy.
hello, Jonesy. He wanted to say hi to
Yeah,
Katso, I'm sure.
yeah. Now I don't know what he's going to do. He may lay down or not. I don't know.
uh,
No, he's just going to go be annoying.
well, Jonesy is having a lot of fans show up in chat, and Leanna, I'm being corrected in the pronunciation of the name, and I'm horrible with that. So if I mispronounce your names, do exactly what Leanna has done and correct me on it. My apologies. Samantha is talking about
Okay.
weather tracking, cool mapping of the ocean floor, and I guess this is something that can help track climate change as well.
Yes. You could do sea level changes. There's like buoys that you can um, I don't know if it's, I think they're NOAA buoys. There's data sets, data sets out there that you can go in and enter different time periods or location, and you can pull the data sets and map the change.
Man, that is amazing. That is amazing. Is there anything you can't track with
These
it?
kids, um, uh, it's hard. Even though I say you could do temporal changes, sometimes it's hard depending on what subject you're doing. You can't necessarily track those changes.
Okay. That is
So I'm sure somebody smart enough out there, maybe, I don't know. Maybe
I,
some of these kids I'm in class with can.
I want to say that there was a website, um,
Uh-huh.
and I played with this website just to kind of do things, and it would make circles, and then the circles would blend together, and you could see, like, I think what you were talking about, the temporal is like over time the changes of different things. Is that the same thing?
You kind of cut out on me. There is a function within ArcGIS where you can do, if you want to call it graded circles, to where they get smaller or bigger, depending on what information you have in there, like population. Smaller the circle, smaller the population. So there's that.
Okay,
It just depends on how you display your data.
I think that I have played with that website, and I can't remember where it is. I'm gonna have to go
Okay.
find it now and play with it more after talking to you, because this is
Okay.
fascinating stuff. All of the stuff
But
that you can do
I
there.
will do it's a you can go to ArcGIS. They do have online. I can't remember. I think it might be free. I don't know. We go through it via the school. So
Hmm.
I really don't know if it costs anything, but it can give you, they do offer free classes. You can follow them on Twitter as well, and because they periodically say, hey, we're doing this class and it's for free. So if it's something you want to play around or just an interest in, there's that way.
I'm absolutely interested, and that's ARC is in
And it's
ARC.
ARCGIS.
Okay.
Yes.
So ARCGIS. I'll have to Google that probably tomorrow, because I think after the live stream I'm gonna go get some food
Okay.
and then get some sleep. And it's getting time to see the Chad and Corin. So assuming Corin's back from the set, so I'm gonna go ahead
Okay.
and see about getting them in here. They'll pop on, and you'll be able to reunite with them. May take a second. It generally
I was
does.
like trying to get, there's his face.
Hello, Jonesy. Purr. Leona wants to know if you can use your Geo superpowers to steer these two tropical storms away from us here in Cajun country.
Where I used to live is kind of Cajun country in the Beaumont area. So
Hey,
there is
Chad.
some Cajun. My best friend from high school is Cajun.
Chad is connecting to audio.
Okay.
It's. Can you hear us? We can't hear you yet, Chad. Okay, well, we'll let Chad figure it out. He's a tech. Says he's connecting
Yeah.
to audio. Oh, there he is. Hey, Chad.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Do you
Oh, I
remember
was like, there it
Christina?
is.
I sure
Hello.
do. How's it going?
Yes. How's it going? You get to see
Um,
Jonesy this time. He's not
all right.
hiding
Yeah.
under the bed.
He was hiding under the bed last time, I think it was, wasn't he? So how
Yeah,
you
it's
been
like as soon
doing?
as y'all stepped through the door, he went boom. I've been doing all right. How about you? Did you get any sleep?
No, I did not. But thanks for asking.
Samantha is mentioning, please send links and Twitter handles for the ArcGIS.
For the what?
Or that was for Christina for the ArcGIS. That's what she's going to school for. Is
Oh, okay.
GIST.
Cool. Trying to get a different angle here. Working on a quiet place.
Let me see. Hold on.
All right. Does that work?
There's quite a few. If you just Google ARCGIS, there's quite a few that come up. And then you also want to follow Esri, SRIE.
Sorry, guys. It's
Esri
raining
will,
outside.
oh, no problem. Esri will repost a lot of mapping stuff, you know, because they're a good company regarding mapping. In fact, they said, you know, if we, as students, they said if we could ever get to work an Esri conference, that's kind of like a surefire way to get a job.
Okay, you kind of broke up there. If you want to go through that again.
Oh, for me, just Google when you do it in your search in Twitter, do ARCGIS, and a whole list of them will come up because there's so many different ones that they have, and so you can browse to see which one you'd be interested in. And then the other company is ESRI, ESRI.
ESRI.
And then once you start following them, you'll see other stuff pop up.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm trying to find my cell phone holder.
Well, Panda makes those out of Legos. That's what I use.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool, man.
Legos were the bomb.
I have some disappointing news from Corin. His phone is not working, and there's nothing he can do about it until Monday.
Oh, no internet or anything with the computer, huh?
Well, he says he's got text only, so.
No, I mean, doesn't he have his computer, hotel, Wi-Fi, or something like that?
No.
I am not angry. I'm hoping that he's okay.
Oh no, I'm sure he's still on set, is what it is, and he can't get his phone to work.
That would probably be it.
So
I got to MacGyver my own
It's
little cell phone holder here. Sorry.
That's all right. You go ahead, get set up, and we'll take it from there. So we got some folks that are just coming in, and they're saying hello and everything. How is everyone's day?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Hello.
So you know, we're talking about different things. I don't know if you got to hear this or not, Chad, but we were talking about how small of a world it was because Christina
A
here,
flat world or a round world?
small one, whichever. Christina was
Better be a round one.
was actually in the Army and serving as a nurse at Walter Reed during the year that I had my last medevac from the military. Yeah, and I actually got medevac through Walter Reed.
I've been there many times.
What are the odds? Yeah, she was there from 94 to 97, you said, right?
There we go.
Yep.
Were you there from 94 to 97, Chad?
I was in 3rd grade and then also in 6th grade.
Okay, well, nothing like that to make you feel old. We're both 70. Christina and I are
know.
both 73 models.
73 model. Y'all are
73s.
classics, man.
Yeah, that's why the
But
73 is on my handle. If y'all ever wonder why, it's just 73.
Well, you got classics that were taken good care of and classics that just were not. You two seem to be taken pretty good care of. So, minus your medical issues there, Husky.
Well, you'll find out about the medical issues as you age and.
Oh, I need 2 knee surgeries and a shoulder surgery.
Yeah, your body has other plans.
Well, come on over, Chad. I got a pocket knife.
Hey, I trust you more than some of these doctors.
I'm not a doctor.
Whiskey to numb it up.
All they want to do is throw you pain pills, cut on you, and be like, "Hey, hope everything works out. Go to physical therapy." It's like, yeah, okay, whatever.
Now everybody's talking about what year they were born, and so far the record is a '64 model, Ray Haven O'Hart.
Oh, really?
But hey,
Yeah, got 81 models and stuff like that. Lou is saying that we miss you at Camp Journey's End.
I miss Lou. I mean, I'm going to be back, but one of the first things I'm going to do is kidnap Lou.
And Therese is on. So, I don't really have a whole lot of material here, and I'm kind of waiting on Chad to get himself figured out. But
Yeah, so sorry.
it's all right. So when are
Is last minute. All right, there we go. I think I'm set up. Can you see me good?
I can.
All right.
So how have your journeys been going? And I know what you've been kind of doing, but what have you been up to for those that don't know what you've been doing?
I have been scouting locations here in Texas to go and check out. And then I did check some of them out. Stopped by some relatives' houses that have some things that happen in their house on their land. So the past 2 or 3 days, I've basically just been driving and filming and not sleeping. Maybe probably like a cat nap, nothing more than an hour.
power naps.
Okay. So do you have any interest in the paranormal, Christina?
Yes and no. My mom thinks her house is haunted. Even before he moved in there, my dad, well, before he passed, I should say, my dad thought he was seeing a woman in there. And then when my dad passed, my mom swear to God that she thinks that he's there in spirit. And my own personal experience, which totally creeped me out, and I wasn't the only one that saw it. And I was like, thank God. I was working night
I was
shift,
like, oh, thank God.
and had two of the patients at the nurses station. We were just chit chatting, and next thing we know, we heard this boom, 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 and we looked down the hallway, and there's this garbage can in the middle of the hallway, one of the little small portable, the little little small ones. And the thing about it is the only other patient in that room on that hallway was at the room at the far end, and the doors have a distinct sound when they open and close.
Right.
So I have no clue where that garbage can came from. If the guy at the very end of the hallway threw it and just was really super sneaky, but it creeped all of us out.
Man.
And I was just like, okay.
Now that hospital where that happened, that's also in Texas?
Yes. It was a behavioral health unit. Yes.
I imagine there's all kinds of paranormal there, but if it's an active hospital, they may not want to let Chad in.
Right.
Cass, what is your deal?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, puppy.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'd like this thing keeps falling. I had to come in the car because it was like raining outside. So.
Yeah, what do y'all think about those dual hurricanes?
Well, we're about to get smacked by.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, I'm so over hurricanes. I was like, I don't miss it at all.
They're fun for flying kites and stuff.
Just don't have
what kind of kites are you flying?
Big ones.
Well,
Will you invite me back in the room because I can't seem to find it. Hold on.
His screen's frozen.
Your screen is frozen, but I will invite you back into the room.
Sorry about that, man.
Yeah, I apologize for this particular stream. Usually they run smoother, but
you don't have to apologize. It's my fault.
But
I
don't know where that went.
Getting the kinks out, as they say.
Yeah. Okay. So I don't know if I can invite you back in the room until you leave.
All right, kick me out and invite me back in.
Okay, doke.
Sorry, guys.
Oh, that popped up there. I can't get my mouse over there now because I've got a dog in my lap. Okay, and then we will invite him back. Yeah, this is real life, and this is showing you that it's live, and it's like all of a sudden, surprise, this guy can't make it. Surprise, this is... And
you never know.
But it's one of those things that it's live. What are you going to do? And we've got a real positive and understanding fan base. So, Allie J says that's what happens when you were looking at 4 strings, and that reminds me something that I said I was going to do. Cass, you got to get down, buddy. You got to get down.
He's like, I want to be there too, Daddy.
You're too big. Go lay down. Go lay down. He still thinks he's a puppy, and he weighs. Last time we weighed him, he was like 80 pounds, 70 or 80 pounds.
Big boy puppy.
But this is something that I'm going to post on Twitter later. And I am going to take a picture of what I see when we're doing the live stream, if I can get back far enough. And that did make it into the thing. Let me invite Chad again, because I don't think maybe he didn't get that. Battery's having some issues. You never know. What are you gonna do? And I know Chad's been busy doing the spin-off paranormal, and there should be some video coming out. We'll ask him about that when he gets in. Let's see if there's anything in chat. Chat, if you guys have any questions for Christina, now would be a good time to ask them. And I assume Chad will be back. I'm not sure exactly what's happening to him. Julie Walker says Chad and Corin should do a haunted edition for Love America Tour. Julie, that's exactly what's happening. Is the paranormal Chad is actually going around and finding spots along the Love America Tour route where paranormal activity has been known to happen, and he's filming that. And actually, he's done a couple of different ones so far, but hasn't edited the footage just yet. Heather May loves your hair color.
Oh, thank you. It's Ion. I don't remember the number. I think it's 5RC or something like that.
I don't understand what any of that means.
It means I do it myself because I'm so cheap.
Oh, it said if you remove him, he can't rejoin the Zoom. Okay, this is what I'm going to do, guys. I'm going to end this meeting. I'm going to start a new meeting. So this is the problems that we normally have on episode 1, but we're having them on episode 7. So I am going to say goodbye just right quick, and I will invite you right back as quickly as I can, all right? In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and move this over to the chat so you guys can see yourself and end that new meeting. And we will invite them both. And we will wait now and see what happens. One of the things that happens after the live stream that a lot of people don't know is that I use Zoom to get individual audio for all of the participants, individual video for all the participants, and then the actual live stream itself is recorded. And at the end of the live stream, I upload all of that into a folder where it can be grabbed by Ben Easterday, our producer, who is taking that and using that for I'm not sure what. And so we're converting the meeting recording and doing a bunch of stuff. So today is the day for technical difficulties. I am looks like Christina is back and Chad K is connecting to audio. Welcome back, Christina. And that's Kat, the lady that's been keeping the front end actually of the Love America Tour organized, the route and all that.
kind of helps out a lot, especially on days like today.
I just
So my,
Leona just let me know that I had we don't see her, and it's because I hadn't transitioned over to the new screen. So thank you guys. That kind of feedback I need, any kind of volume or anything like that, because I can't hear it and I'm not watching it. And you guys will see the picture as soon as we're done here. I'll post it on Twitter so that you can see what I see. So Chad, we were talking about your paranormal excursions. You've actually kind of started those, yeah?
I have, yes. I will not be releasing them until I get the okay from Ben.
But we're
So,
editing footage and
yeah,
such like that. So a
that is
lot of the
correct.
people have had apparently Christina talking about her experiences have got the chat going off on their experiences, and I honestly I've never had a paranormal experience that I'm aware of. I've never seen a UFO, never seen a ghost. I'm kind of jealous.
Well, it just means outside of the normal. So some people take that to mean only spirits, ghosts, and things like that. But it's just basically the you could almost consider it paraphysical. Outside of what known physics can explain with laws, theories, without an investigation.
Okay, yeah, I've never run into anything I couldn't. Well, I've run into things I can't explain, like GIS, for instance, but nothing that you would consider paranormal. Other people can explain it.
I run into paranormal people every day.
Julie says I need to do a ride along with Chad. I don't know. I have this feeling that maybe I would jinx the whole thing and nothing would be found.
What he doesn't tell you is like he's probably done it before, and what happened was the other guy didn't come back. That's probably what really happened.
Nah. So, Christina, you're still working as a nurse?
yes.
And then do you
I had
have any-
actually retired my license in 2017, but when I moved up here, just tuition costs and different personal bills, I was like, damn, I had to reactivate it.
So do they give you a mask with like a number on it that they retire in the on the floor? Like they do baseball players, they retire a jersey. Do they
Oh
like
no,
retire your
no, they
scrubs?
just they put your status on the Texas Board of Nurses.
I already know.
Enact.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It was a joke.
Well, go
Joke.
ahead and
I
explain
could
it
be so
because
anal retentive. Trust me.
go ahead and explain it because not all of us do.
With LVN license or even registered nursing license, you're regulated by a board, and you have to renew your license every so often, and you have to do continuing education. So your license will be either active, inactive, suspended, active, but with stipulations. That means you got in trouble, but you're still allowed to practice. Yeah. And so, or retired. So it changes the status when you go to look online.
Oh,
So
okay, I
hopefully,
gotcha.
yeah. I was hoping not to have to work as an LVN while going to school, but just it's not happening.
Well, it shows
So,
that you're ready to do whatever it is that you need to do to get to the end. You had
yes,
mentioned when we were
yes.
talking yesterday that Chad's locked up again. There we go.
Yeah,
You had,
sorry.
you
Oh
had
my
men-
God, what's going on with my phone?
you
Hold
you
up.
had
ghost in the car, ghost in the
I will
machine.
just fix this permanently. I'm sorry.
you had mentioned when we were talking yesterday that
Sorry, is my audio catching on your guys' end too?
no,
Like, is it really bad?
your audio is
No,
fine. It seems like
it,
every time you go to mess with your phone, that's when it locks up.
Yeah. Sorry, I was trying to keep it in this. I can't find my phone holder. Anyways, let's get back to this interview. I apologize for
no, you're
interrupting.
fine. It's fine.
I can you remember what my question was? I don't even
Something
remember.
about you when we were talking
Yeah.
yesterday.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Yeah,
Sorry.
that kind of derailed me a little bit.
Well,
There's
you were
folks.
talking about, that you retired your RN number to go to school. You didn't think you were going to have to, work as an LVN.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what's
I'm
that
just
like?
strictly an LVN, not, yeah.
And what
So,
people, there are people who want to know, just in case they're considering going to school. So
yeah. I think highlighting which it's perseverance. It's just, I know what my end goal I want it to be. And I'm determined to get there. So I may be a zombie by the time December rolls around, but I'm like, nope, I'm just that much closer to my goal. So it's worth the sacrifice for my end goal to retire my license again. So
good.
Well,
Well,
I remember actually what I was going to ask you is that we had talked about your interview and my interview, and in my interview I mentioned that there's very rarely is there a situation that you can't overcome. It just may require that you throw some blood, sweat, and tears at it, and it sounds like you're very much willing to do that, and that
oh
it's working
yeah.
for you.
Yeah, the other day I was wanting to cry. I was just like, dear Lord, and it had to do with what we spoke about yesterday, the Hazelwood, and just some other things. And I was just like, why am I doing this? Why am I doing this to myself? And I had to remind myself, you want to graduate and retire your license. So
Well,
well,
you're very close to it. You said
yes,
this spring, I guess, yeah.
yeah. After this semester, if I've calculated it right and everything's correct, 10 hours, 10 semester hours left.
very nice.
Yeah.
Congratulations. I know you worked hard. I know when we were there, you could tell how hard you worked. I mean, just
Yeah.
books, study materials everywhere.
No,
Also
right?
very knowledgeable when we asked you any type of question about your major and
Yeah.
career choice. So
So if you had okay, let's assume we're down the road, right? It's April, it's May. You have your degree. What's your dream job in the
Oh,
GIS field?
bucket
Yeah.
list job, which I'm not smart enough to do, would be to work for NASA to do planetary cartography. But that's like such a niche thing. Either that or work for National
wow.
Geographic to do their maps. I would love to work for National Geographic to make their maps.
Well,
And
National Geographic needs to be watching this so that they can pick up one of the smartest people that I have met in quite a while.
don't
And
let it fool you. My memory retention sometimes kind of shoddy. I
Oh
can pull
yeah.
books out. Yeah.
Hey, Einstein's the one that said never memorize what you can look up in a book.
yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
and that's
Well,
sometimes what I do just because I got so much going on. It's like if I can remember the principle, I may not be able to verbally read it back to, verbatim, but if I can know where to go look, I think that's the key. It's like,
I think as long as you get the right answer without taking somebody else's work,
yeah.
I
you're
think that's
getting
it.
you're getting a lot of accolades in
Sure.
the chat there for that. Chad, you might want to try
I'm
using
I'm like
airplane
my
mode.
yeah, no, my audio's messing up. Everything's messing up.
Your
So I
audio's not
apologize.
messing up.
It is on my end. It sounds like somebody's crinkling a paper bag.
Oh, is it maybe me because I fidget? I'm
No,
fidgeting.
it's not you.
Okay.
I had got a new audio set up, and then the place where I had planned on setting up tonight was out in the rain. So
Ah,
Yes, Tina, that is a Jonesy tale that you saw. We've had Jonesy arrive. We've had Cass arrive.
yeah.
As I had mentioned, Panda's feeling under the weather, so I've got the dog in here today. It seems like and sometimes that happens, and I kind of want to touch on this because sometimes that happens. You have days where everything that could possibly go wrong goes
like
wrong.
today.
And
Yes.
when you have a day like that, there's two things that you can do. You can throw your hands up and quit and say, okay, that's the end of the live stream, or we can power through it. And
Yeah.
I don't think anybody is upset with our decision to power through it. And now it
No.
looks like things are smoothing out. We have it back together and we fixed it on the fly, and go us.
That's right. Even I make mistakes.
So you had mentioned that your dream job is working for National Geographic.
Yes.
Can you be more specific? Because National Geographic actually does a lot.
Oh,
It
yeah.
it would be to make their maps. That's one of my fondest childhood memories was being at my granny's because she had a subscription to National Geographic, and I was always so excited when an issue came that had a map insert. I would spend hours just looking at those maps. It just
Mhm.
loved it. So to be able to work for them to produce a map that somebody could fall in love with, either whether it's the information that you're providing in the map or just the art of a map itself, would be awesome.
You have a kindred spirit in Bonnie Bell. She loves those maps too. And I remember, you got to remember, there were some people when we were talking about birth years. We were talking about
That's not gonna work.
there was a bunch of the chat were talking about their birth years as well, and there's a couple of young ones in there that may not remember that the only way you could get National Geographic when we were growing up was the magazines that came out.
Yes. With the
That's
yellow
right. Yeah,
border.
there was no channel. And by
Yep.
the way, I like the National Geographic
Yes.
maps too. So that would make you a cartographer. Is that
Yes.
correct?
Correct.
And so tell me about some of the most interesting pieces of cartography that you've actually gotten to study.
For me, it's been stuff that's been regarding Mars online. It's not necessarily what
Mars.
I've been studying. Yeah, there's some new, I think it's HiRise, HiRise.
Alright, alright.
3D, I think that's the right one. They have 3D mapping of Mars. Yeah, HiRise, HiRise. It's high resolution imaging science experiment with the Mars reconnaissance orbiter.
Right.
So it's just looking at those images and what they're able to map. There's a couple of gentlemen that I follow, whose names I can't remember right offhand. They take that data and produce some really nice visual video mapping of Mars.
Very nice. So what about globally? Have you ever heard of Tartaria?
Tartaria? I don't think so. No.
No? I was just curious. It's not on any map. It's no longer on any maps. And
Okay.
it's one of those places that YouTube has just picked up, YouTubers have just picked up and run with about Tartaria and the Tartarians and how they've been written out of history, because they did exist. The CIA, you could look in their archives,
Okay.
and you'll find things all the way up to, I think it's the 1950s, about the Tartarian people in Tartaria. Not to go off subject, but I remember that.
Where exactly is it located?
It would be up near Russia, I think. It would be Eurasia, somewhere in the area of Eurasia, I believe.
Okay.
North, I believe it would be in the north. I can't exactly remember. I haven't looked into it too much, but I know it existed.
Okay.
So you're not happy with just doing easy, generic old Earth maps. You want to do Mars maps. Ray is talking about, he remembers the moon map when that first came out,
Yes.
and being pretty cool.
Yeah, those are cool. I don't think I'm that level. I'll probably end up being something civilian side, like public works or something.
Well, you never know. I mean, you got to start out doing the easy stuff, and then you get better and better. You move up, and before you know it, you might be the one that maps one of the outer planets.
Oh, that would be awesome. I'd be like, yeah.
Because they're actually the moons, the Saturn and Jupiter moons are looking pretty interesting. So that could, I would love to see one of those maps that you worked on and built.
Oh, that would be like forever and a day. My stuff is so generic. I do have an online. We had to do it for our class last semester. It's an online resume, but it's I have to give you permission to access it, because it has a lot of personal information on it that has a lot of my schoolwork and some of the maps I've done.
Really?
Yeah, and it's nothing fancy. It's just like you said, it's generic stuff, just mapping precipitation patterns of Texas, mapping the ecological regions of Texas, just like really. And my maps
that's pretty awesome. It may seem generic to people who do it, or maybe people who do more interesting things, but where would you be without maps and records and analytics?
Yeah.
There's a lot of people mentioning that they remember reading Nat Geo in school, and I'm trying to get KZ to type in which book, but he's our resident author that's been published. He's got a couple of books out, and he was saying that he used the Mars map info to write one of his books.
Hey, I love it.
Mars map info to write a book.
Yeah.
Well, if you're doing a sci-fi book, and you
Yeah,
need to know-
no, I'm trying
Oh.
to think. Would that be like maybe the mysterious face or something? Right?
I'm not sure. I've sent a chat out so that he can tell us what the title, which story it was. But he says, yeah, he used the Mars data to help him write one of his books, Revelation.
Okay, yeah. He brought that book to his interview. Actually, that sounds like a amazing book because it's about the military, people who can actually do paranormal things, psychokinetic things, also what do they call it, astral project and stuff like that. And then the government wanting to obviously reproduce that. And it's, yeah, the way he explained it, it's a page turner.
So Revelation by KZ Howell. You can go check that one out. So yeah, there's a lot of folks that Heather May is saying I used to make collages with the maps. So there's all kinds of uses.
Yeah, I used to cut out the National Geographic pictures that I thought were real pretty, and if ironically enough, it was Earth nature stuff like thunderstorms. And for a while, I was fascinated when they had the nuclear mushrooms, because they used to have a lot of stories about that. And I don't know why I collected those. I just thought they were interesting.
Wait, what are nuclear mushrooms?
With the cloud.
This
the
is
clouds
interesting.
are
Are you on Instagram, Christina?
I am, but I don't actively post.
Okay, and the reason that I ask is you mentioned cutting the pictures out. I used to cut the articles out, and
Okay.
and so that's why I do way better on Twitter. It's word based, and I've never really been that artsy or anything like that. Now Panda is, but pictures. Oh God, I'm horrible.
Yeah, it's somewhere, and I can't remember where, because I collected the maps. I'm thinking they're out in the shed in my mom's backyard, but they're probably like really deteriorated. So, but somewhere I still have all the maps.
Here's the map. Here's the map. What was that show? A kid's show?
Dora.
Yeah,
I'm
Dora
the
the
map,
Explorer, right?
I'm the map, I'm the map. Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Yeah. Am I upside down?
You are. But we're used to that. Now you're upside down again. Congratulations.
Hey.
You want to
It's
talk
so
about a
good.
paranormal experience? Yeah, Chad, KZ is saying the descriptions of the ground around Cydonia and the Sea of Glass is
That
what he
was
using.
the name I was looking for, Cydonia. So I'm still upside down.
You are. Now you are right side up.
All right, I'm just going to leave it like that. I apologize, guys. I'm having so much trouble because I had it set up and now I have to hold my phone.
Okay. Well, we have reached 8 o'clock, and it's everybody's like, stop touching the phone, Chad.
They're gonna rag you for it.
So now they're talking about Samantha Sheldon. Chad's phone is possessed. Rachel Cooper hanging Chad, hanging upside down. That is, and
I got that joke.
so yeah,
Hanging Chad. Yeah.
Like
So-
it's
you don't have to go any further than your phone to find a paranormal experience.
That's right. All I would say is my muscles are tired. I didn't expect to have to hold this phone driving over 10 hours and actually a lot of hours, and then not sleeping and investigating and walking. Yeah, my phone might turn upside down. Oh well.
Well, I am looking forward to seeing the videos as they're released of Paranormal Chad. I'm looking forward to seeing Lat 2, and I'm looking forward to seeing Christina graduate. And I'm looking forward to seeing the work that you do. The mapping of other planets, astrophysics has always been. I'm not going to tell you that I'm a scientist, but I am kind of an armchair astrophysicist, and I enjoy that stuff. And the work that I'm sure you're going to be doing eventually, I will be reading.
Well, don't they call you a citizen scientist? I mean, a citizen scientist just discovered a asteroid that nobody saw. You guys have your place?
You cut out?
I say, don't they call you a citizen scientist or something like that? If you don't have, if you're not working as a professor or you've studied it enough to actually have a pretty good grounding in it.
Oh, I reckon they probably have to give you an honorary degree. I don't have any of that. I've got my general studies done, and that's about it. But I do read these things, and I think and do thought experiments and such like that. But that's as far as it goes.
Where's Scott and where's Ben?
Ben is on set today, I believe, also, and Scott has not been able to get with me to get Zoom working. And Corin's phone is broken, and that's kind of where we're at. I mean, it's one of those where sometimes everything goes wrong. On the other hand, not everything has.
Yeah, no, I pretty like. Yes, thank you for doing all that you do, Husky. I tried to mess with. I was at a friend's house, tried to mess with what you're doing. Yeah, I quit after I think it was an hour. I was like, you know what? I'll show you a different way to do this with Skype.
I know how to do it with Skype. Skype's actually easier, but for the editors to get what they need, we have to use Zoom because, like I was saying, it gives audio and video separately for everybody.
Yeah, man.
So
I don't know about. It's hot here. What about where you guys are?
It's hot here. We didn't get the audio for that. I can barely hear you.
Hear me now?
Nope.
No?
Maybe a little bit. Now it's getting better. Heard a click.
We're up
Now.
tonight,
Better.
Man.
Okay. I've been inside all day. So.
I have an excuse. I'm blonde.
Okay. Tina Bobina, I think, has the. Oh, I'm sorry. I can still barely hear you.
Here, let me.
Oh.
Her mic just did something.
Yep.
Well, I unplugged my headphones. Can you hear me this way?
Yeah.
I can.
Y'all just gonna get the background noises, which will probably be the kids in their trucks. That's all I'll say.
Same here. I had to unplug mine because I couldn't hear y'all. It just kept sounding like snack, crackle, pop.
Okay. I want to mention that Devin Dorenzo says that his uncle was and is an astrophysicist for NASA.
I'm envious.
Well, Devin, in the description of the video, and I'm not sure if it goes out on Twitter or not, but you might want to connect with Christina Shaw on Twitter since you're watching from Twitter. And if you go to the YouTube or the Facebook, or we will find you. If you want to tell us what your Twitter handle is, we can get the two of you in touch. And then Tina Bobina has the awesomest suggestion ever is that we're going to blame Katso for all the technical difficulties.
There you go.
Katso.
Katrin Louise says, how can I get on a call with you guys? We're working on that. We are working on a way for people to get on the Wednesday night shows. And like I said, if you're watching for the first time, this is not how it normally goes. Normally we actually have a party in here by this time, but there's a bunch of people that actually are on set filming. I think Ben's doing stunt work on set.
One who can't follow instructions over and over.
Yeah, so it's just kind of one of those things, and everybody's saying that they can hear everyone now. 5 siblings and I did Zoom, never done a Zoom. So, all right. So, if you have any questions for Chad or Christina, go ahead and write them in the chat now. We've kind of gone past the 8 o'clock, which I'm fine with. But I know that a lot of these people. I mean, Christina's got school and work and everything else. And
I'm actually off this weekend and with you know, I was off. Yeah, I was unexpectedly off last night. So yeah.
Well,
I got questions from the audience.
shoot.
Yeah, so I would like to know what type of paranormal content do you guys more lean towards? Would it be the scientific or the conspiracy, the unproven? I'd like to know those things. So if you would maybe tag me in your answers, just under Paranormal Chad, no need for LAT or Love America Tour. I don't know. I'm not clear on that, but whenever I tagged Love America Tour in my preview, I don't think I was supposed to do it. I think it's just kind of supposed to be something I'm doing. It's just a shoot off, like Love America Tour comes first for everybody, but I think Ben was hinting that I shouldn't tag him in it.
I'm not sure. Tina Bobina is saying all of it, Chadster, at Paranormal Chad. Lou wants to know, how do I get in touch with you? For me, and I sent that out, and then I'm asking if Ben wants to come on for now. I mean, it'd be very brief. We can't stay on all night. KZ says, Chad, if y'all come back, you should go through to Shiloh.
Wait, Shiloh, Virginia, correct?
It'll take a second because there's a delay. But yeah, Ben is actually in the chat, so I'm seeing if he wants to come in.
Yeah, tell him to clarify what he meant by that.
By Shiloh?
No, wait, Ben, our Ben or a different Ben?
Our Ben.
Okay, yeah, no, about the, he asked me why I tagged Love America Tour in my paranormal thing.
I don't know. We can deal with that one later.
Well, I think everybody should know. A live stream is a live stream. Let's talk.
Yeah. Rachel wants to know, why can't we stay on all night? And that mostly because I'm almost out of coffee.
Yeah, I mean, this would also be where like that second moderator or whatever comes in handy if somebody wants to take over after Husky's, done all the big heavy lifting. Wouldn't see anything wrong.
I will mention that we are looking for a backup host, and it is because, the internet goes down. Obviously, we have technical difficulties. Again, if you're watching this for the first time, it's not like this usually. But things do happen, and you would be getting all of the software that you would need. It doesn't cost. We would help you get that stuff, and all of the setups for OBS. I can get those on your computer. So if you're interested in doing that, the email address is oh Lord, what was the email address? Streaming at LoveAmericaTour.today. Katso says you can learn the full story about Corky's broken phone on his Twitter. KZ Howell says Shiloh Battlefield, Savannah, Tennessee.
Oh, yeah, okay, so Tennessee. Yeah, that'd be great, actually.
And KZ also says he doesn't have enough bourbon for an all-nighter. You share some of that bourbon and we might do an all-nighter.
Yeah. Try some Angel's Envy. It's a good one.
I think he said that the last 2 times, and it was not true. I'm joking.
Okay, I haven't actually heard from Ben, although I've got a weird thing going on with Zoom. Whoever is trying to chat with me on Zoom, I can't look at it in the middle of this. It won't let me pull it up without completely changing the screen. So I might have a text. Let me see what we got.
It's all about interactivity, bouncing off each other.
Yeah.
He is. Let me find it. He is interested in coming on. So I got to come over here, click that, click invite, and we'll get Ben in here. Not that Ben, that Ben.
Wait, what?
I have 2 Bens. I have Ben on here twice. I think it's his computer and his phone.
Oh, okay.
So we should be able to see Ben here just shortly as he connects to the audio. There he is. What's up, man?
Hello.
Yeah, my computer's running in the backside.
So
Hey.
Ben here just shortly as he connects to the audio. There he is. What's up, man?
I'm here, people. It's getting off set, feeling tired. Hello, everybody. Sorry,
see you.
everybody out there in the world.
We have had every possible technical difficulty that you can have this live stream. So this is actually the live stream that we thought we were going to have, the first live stream.
Oh, well, there's nothing like Back to the Future in the future going back. That's paranormal, isn't it?
We should name this one Murphy's.
Yeah.
Murphy's Law. Murphy's always a bad boy.
Now,
Hey, stop.
Bonnie, go ahead.
Okay. Go ahead.
So I heard Chad was asking about what was going on with paranormal Chad and going out and scaring the shit out of people in the middle of the night. Is that what you were asking?
Well, you sent me a text about not tagging LoveAmericaTour in my stuff.
Oh yeah. So when we're setting up, just so people understand, when we go to set up production and we set up lines and branding, overdosing you with things that might complicate it or confuse you by releasing stuff too soon is simply all that it comes down to.
Okay, cool.
But now we all know, since Chad asked publicly, there you go.
You've been super busy, and this is one of the only chances I had to talk to you in the last day. So
Chad is understanding the world of producers, people. It's not a real world. I never proclaim it to be.
It's a beautiful world.
We spend a lot of time just assuming that everything is big, like taking the million mile view up above on the earth, but understanding how each and every little thing works. So sometimes we don't communicate so well, which is kind of bad. But at the end of the day, we're always trying to get the right thing done. Now, of course, myself being a stunt person and also an actor, it definitely comes down to making sure all the gears work. Because as you know, with stunts, if it's off this much, you're dead. Simple as that. We don't like to play in those other realms. We like to make sure we're bang on. But in good news, the young lady that I was working with, we threw her into a wall. She bounced off, saved her. And then Buddy picked her up by the hair and they walked out the door. And the gun didn't hit her.
Okay.
Really good.
News today, woman got thrown against the wall.
Yeah. But don't worry, tomorrow we are going to have her assault him. I believe it's with a rock. Yeah, it's called the Rainbow Rock. It's this foam rock that's about 8 inches wide. She's gonna come up and she's gonna dummy this guy right upside the head. She get a good shot of that. But she's like 5'6", we'll say, and he's like 5'10". So there's a good difference between them. But we make it look good. Lifetime movies,
Samantha wants me to ask Chad if he's been to the Winchester House in the Bay Area. Mentions it's epic.
That would be Winchester with all the rooms, right? Quickly answer that.
Well, nothing happens quickly. There's the dog. Hello.
No.
So I think it would be the Winchester.
Yeah, doesn't the Winchester House have dead ends too, like doors that lead nowhere, or they lead?
I'm thinking that's the one I'm thinking of. Yeah, it would be that one possibly. I can't remember if it was built in England or if it was built in San Francisco. But yeah, I would love to do that. I've not been.
And
so what we have to do is we have to have a whole new different stream for Paranormal Chat.
Yeah.
That's what we have to have. We have to have a whole separate night where everybody gets all in their creepy jeepies. The stream starts up at 1 a.m. in the morning, well, Pacific time, which is about 2 or 3. Chad, you can be like creeping around in the woods with your little infrared on.
Sure.
What do you think?
He's so enthusiastic.
I could put a flame under Chad's ass and he'd go, yeah, man, that's hot.
So the preview that I did with my guide, Glenn, I made Glenn look really good.
Yeah, Glenn had fun. I like the part where he's just gone to get permission. He's getting permission so you don't get your butt shot by the landowner. That's a very important thing, let alone the wild boars that might run you down in the middle of the night.
Right. No, it was so things did happen that night, and it was so not cool, but cool.
So did you figure out your way, speaking more paranormal, all the way to Mississippi?
I am working.
You figured out a path?
I was figuring out my path in Texas this past few days. I have been working on Mississippi.
You got a whole bunch of people here to help you.
Okay.
We'll scare you.
If
you need to be, And if you need to pull over to a campsite, you just mark where that campsite is. And I guarantee you somebody will show up to scare you.
Yeah.
I
I'd be like, Chad.
Knocking on the window. Chad, Chad.
It feels like that's already happening on some days.
Hey, Ben, I don't know how much of the stream you were able to catch, but Christina here is about to get her degree. I guess I'm not sure if it's the end of this semester or next semester. It's
Next
whatever.
semester.
It's whatever happens in the spring in GIST. It's ARCIS. What does that stand for again?
Geographic Information Science and Technologies.
Are you familiar with that at all, Ben?
You should be with geomapping.
It's that geomapping and stuff like that. Is that what you're
Yes.
working on?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. That geotag, and with all the AR developments in the VR world, or even in our real world, the need for geospace mapping with unrestricted
Yeah,
tags.
and you made me think of something. LiDAR. LiDAR can be used to map like vegetation and it's a form of mapping, but LiDAR is used in vehicle automation, driverless vehicles. It uses
Really?
LiDAR. Yeah.
I didn't know they used it.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Yeah.
So,
We want to be
They
able
just
to.
didn't test it.
Do you remember the movie? Who Says Hello?
Ming?
Ming? Hey, Ming. How you doing?
Sister Ming. She's amazing.
I
that
love
girl.
Ming. Yes,
If you don't know something, you better know Ming.
that is correct. You better. That is your lifeline. That's your lifeline in Ocean Springs, Mississippi. Whatever there.
Yeah, for sure. I think I'll make my way over there at some point. I have friends in Louisiana and over in Atlanta where I got the other production office, but I'm sure I can stop at Journey's End somewhere between here and next year.
Okay, to do a follow-up from the Winchester House, KZ Howell says the Winchester House is a crazy story. Jen Lyle says it's in San Jose, so we're talking about San Francisco. I think I may have got the right thing, but the one in California. And then Bonnie, I think this is probably a good question for you, Ben, wants to know what's new with the Love America tour as far as development and production and Lat 2 and editing and releasing and all of that kind of stuff.
Post production's a slow horse. We need 2.5, 3 weeks to get this all together. So you really won't hear much update. We may be able to get some clips out. I was actually hoping Scotty might show up because he's been sort of running the regular road tour clips and re-editing them. And that's where we've been trying to get, new shows and new looks from him. But we haven't heard from him. So big shout out, Scotty, if you're out there and you can hear us, come on.
I have heard from him. We're having
instead of him beaming us up.
I just got to get him to. Oh goodness, my dog's back. We got to get him to get with me. We got to get to where our schedules can line up so that we can get him on Zoom.
Which is really easy. It's Wednesday and it's Saturday at 7 Central. I don't know if that's really hard to line up exactly.
It's not hard. He gets off work at like 6 if he goes to work or whatever. Otherwise, I'm gonna shut my mouth because I'm kind of pissed about it. So.
Well, what happened in this last one is he was actually working at the brewery, and he hurt his back. So he's kind of been taking a bit of a kind of trying to take it easy a little bit to help him, recover from that.
Well, it's the perfect time to zoom in then.
That's right. Hey, if you're in your bed, you have a laptop sits on your lap, you got a camera, something like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
My wife is now doing the Mokiki. I'm not going to show you guys, but she just walked by me doing the Mokiki dance. There was a thing on Saturday Night Live years ago. It's called the Mokiki.
You're a lucky man.
And now we know which of the four of us that are online currently have watched Saturday Night Live.
Okay.
Yeah.
Too much delays on that. That was like 7 seconds to the laugh.
That was pure silence. Just fell to the unwanting ears. What?
What? I don't know.
So how long you been all running now? What's this? 8 o'clock? What's the time right now?
Yeah, we're at about an hour and 24 minutes.
Yeah.
That's pretty hot. What's the longest time you've gone?
Hour and 45 minutes.
Oh,
We
we
Everybody
need the
knows
Porky
who
face.
that
He needs to
is.
be here.
Corky's phone
So
is
you'd be at
broken.
an hour. You'd be. His phone is broken.
He has text only.
Oh man.
Well, that's a pity.
The good news is it gets fixed Monday, so maybe he'll be here for the Wednesday party.
Perfect.
Hey, maybe
You
it's
know
a
what?
possibility.
He can.
Maybe
He'll come in. He'll come on all by himself, and it's just going to be you and him, and everybody gets him for a full hour and a half.
that's right.
Well,
Deal?
we got Mose coming in on Wednesday too.
Oh, that's
Oh,
right.
well, good. So
That's gonna be awesome.
Katso, Moss, and Corin.
Well, we can't really get Katsu on unless we find a way to. We'll have to get him no video.
He'll just send you messages. It's like a dictator. He just
That's
lets you
right.
know.
He's gonna Stephen Hawking them. Yep. Too soon?
Too soon.
Oh God.
Awesome. All right, bud. Hey, I just wanted to check in real quick. I just got home, so I'm gonna
Hey,
bail
thank
out.
you.
Sorry,
Thank
people.
you.
I just wanted to really show up quick.
No problem.
That's
And
it.
I got to tell you, man, it's been a long week. So I will get those source files uploaded for this live stream first thing in the morning. It has been a technical nightmare. On the other hand, our guest has been very understanding and awesome. Yeah. And I don't know if you caught this either. Small world. It's the third time I've said it, but I am absolutely amazed by this. The incident that caused me to leave the military had me medevac through Ramstein Air Force Base and Walter Reed Medical Center while she was a nurse there.
Oh,
Small
that's
world.
within
Awesome.
1 degree of separation.
What are the odds on that?
Well, all I gotta say is, if you ever get the chance to meet Miss Shaw in person, she is a great person. I don't say that because she's supporting us, and, she follows us, she's a fan. She truly is. You will find out so many cool things about her, especially her sci-fi addiction.
Yeah, I got to tell you,
sci-fi. Yeah.
And
I got that from my dad. I grew up watching Star Trek with my dad.
Yep.
So
another similarity.
Yeah.
Wait. There. Take care.
Yep.
See you later, Ben. Thanks for coming.
Live long and prosper.
Live long and prosper.
I think that's the Vulcan ball that a Texas Ranger pitcher threw. He threw it just like that.
Yeah, I got to tell you guys.
Oh, wow.
We do Zoom tests, so if you're going to be on the show, you get a Zoom test, and usually I spend 5 or 10 minutes explaining, okay, this is the process, this is what's going to happen, this is what you can expect, that kind of thing. But afterwards, we stayed on for, I don't know, an hour and a half, it seems like.
Yeah,
something like that, because I can ramble.
Well, I can too, and
as long as you let me.
We had so much fun, and so yeah, if you have the chance, is it okay if I put your Twitter handle out there?
Yeah.
Okay, good, because it's in the description.
Okay, just please be aware that I can't. If I haven't responded, it's not because I haven't wanted to. Sometimes I just don't have the time, because way my schedule is right now. Like one day this week, I was only able to get like 4 hours sleep between school, my night job, and then my other job. So.
I completely understand.
Yeah. And I'm so stubborn about that. I should give one up, but I'm just like, I don't want to.
Well, then don't. And I'm sure everybody understands that struggle. Everybody.
Yeah. So I guess what I'm saying is, please don't get offended if I don't respond right away, or it may take me a while. So.
Yeah, I'm guilty of that too. I have said several times on Twitter, hey, I'm driving by notifications only, and I'm liking as fast as I can, and that's the best I got.
I think I told you yesterday, Bill, but I wanted to say again that during that, which I don't know if I mentioned it to them, but I did take an Ativan that day because I was so nervous.
Mm-hmm.
I was just like, dear Lord, I was like, I got to do something.
She told us not to hurt her spider.
Do what?
She is careful not to harm harmless animals.
Oh, yeah.
You should see
there was an orb weaver on the stairs. Yeah. And even though I have a love-hate relationship with spiders, I was like, just be careful, don't mess with,
Well, I heard you mention that something about Buddhism, and I remember hearing that sometimes Christians have an issue with non-Christians, and I got to tell you, as a Christian, I actually read what the Bible says, and the Bible doesn't say thou shalt have no other gods. It says thou shalt have no other gods before me. And I believe Jesus is in Buddhism. He makes an appearance. They know about him.
I wouldn't know. I know enough about it, but I would just say I don't do religion on live streams.
Yeah,
Good
but
answer.
basically, your beliefs are yours, and
Yeah.
That's right.
and nobody, that's one of those things. There's some hot button topics out there, but we got to learn, to accept one another, including the differences. And I think I mentioned in a tweet, I love learning about other cultures, other foods, other religions. Because it helps you get into the shoes of the people that you're talking to. And then every time you do that, every time you learn about somebody else, it gives you another point of view that you can look at your life with, and
Yes.
maybe will help you
replaces-
solve problems from another point of view.
It replaces fear and bias with empathy
Mhm.
and understanding. Where if you don't have that empathy or understanding, and someone comes, the easiest way to explain it would be if an alien showed up and we were pounding our chest saying our name, but they don't have the same understanding. They didn't create a language, and it's a threatening move. So, when there's a threatening move, it's better to understand that it's actually not a threatening move. It's a communication attempt.
Yeah, and that's like how some cultures, some of the things that we do is offensive. Some, what is it, the thumbs up or
There's a
peace
lot
sign.
of
there's a lot of
That's
different
right. It's
gestures
hard to
and
keep
things.
track these days.
Yeah, so it's like you just learn in the culture and understanding those differences. So
Yeah, sometimes they say culture, and it's literally just like two people in a culture that are unorthodox compared to the culture they're in.
oh, like a subculture.
Well, to get
Yeah, they like it.
to
Yeah.
go kind of swing it around back to the paranormal thing that you're doing. I mean, there's people in America
I'm excited.
often that if you say aliens or ghosts, they're going to look at you like, okay, so you're one of those. But there's places there's places in the world though that you mention aliens or ghosts, and they go, yeah, where have you been? I mean, it's just
Exactly.
And
America is one of the only places in the world where it's still taboo, and if you talk about it, you get labeled something like a conspiracy theorist, or I used to call them lizards, because Bob Lazar.
Mhm.
But anyways, no, I'm a skeptic by nature and education. That does not mean I'm going to come up to a situation and be like, no, no, no. I come up and I'm willing to accept that the evidence, if or when presented, is there. I'm not going to discount it. The history of the place is very important, whether it be slightly inaccurate due to the telephone, playing telephone, story changes over time, or whatever. All information is good. It tells you something. And if you understand how to listen to it, how to catalog it, how to analyze it, you'll get exactly what you need if you just follow a specific set of guidelines. Don't go in, oh yeah, I totally believe in UFOs and, or what are they calling UAPs now? And pretty much everything that you can identify in the sky is a UFO. That's literally what it means. So,
I gotta tell you that, and let me try it with cooking. The point that I was trying to make with you learning about other societies and stuff. And let's say you're trying to make the perfect omelet, and you've got tomatoes and green peppers and eggs, and you're trying to make the perfect omelet, and then all of a sudden you learn about this other culture that has onions. And so now you can add onions to your omelet. And then you learn about this other culture that has mushrooms. And so you can add mushrooms to your omelet. And then you meet this other culture that makes cheese. And so now you've got a pretty good omelet going. And it just gives you more tools to make different kinds of omelets. And that's kind of what I was talking about, is you learn about other societies and other religions and other points of view. You yourself get more points of view with which you can solve the issues that are in your life.
That's called knowledge and wisdom.
Yeah. So that's what I was trying to get to. And as far as aliens, I don't know, man. Maybe
I don't know.
I haven't seen anything that proves to me that aliens or ghosts exists.
That's
But
right.
I
And
haven't seen anything that proves they don't either.
Don't exist. Yep.
And I'm not going to be the guy that says, yeah, they don't exist, and then 20 years from now somebody comes up with proof and I'm the idiot.
Well, not only that, it's you can't take a definitive stance without there being definitive proof.
Well, sure. We just don't know. And there's a lot we don't know. So we got to keep looking. And the more points of view that we learn and the more ways that we get the similarities and everything, the smarter we get and the more crap we find out and can discover.
Yeah, so YouTube is a hotbed for mis and disinformation. I'm just going to kind of spin off on that. And I've noticed that people want to believe, or maybe they're skeptics, whatever, and they seem to just dive headfirst into the channel that appears to be the most popular, but is also the most inaccurate. And it really gets to me. So that's kind of why Ben and I talked about doing this, because it's not necessarily about popularity as much as it's about, bringing in a different type of thinking to the subject that doesn't rely on a bias either way.
Yeah, for sure. So I'll tell you what, I apologize to everybody, but I've got to get off of here before too terrible long, simply because I don't know what happened last night, but I didn't sleep real good last night, and it's getting late. And so I want to apologize. I want to apologize to you, Christina. We may have you on again simply because all of the technology that went wrong. So I think
I didn't take offense to it.
Error on my part.
Well,
oh no, y'all are good. Y'all are good.
We have on Sundays, or excuse me, Saturdays, we have follow-up interviews with people that the road crew went around, the Love America Tour Part 1 went around and interviewed. And then on Wednesdays, we have interviews with different people that have been helping out with behind the scenes and possibly even some famous people. And so we have Mose Jackson coming up Wednesday. That's
gonna be fun.
Who does all of the music that you hear in the back of Love America Tour stuff? He's the one.
Not all of it.
Okay, well, he's our other DJ that has been making that stuff. And I think on the following Saturday, and I think Michelle said that it was going to be Ryan is a follow up. But if you want, go ahead.
I was going to say, I would like to get with you about mapping out my route to Mississippi. Both of you, actually. I have to get with both of you. So
maybe we can use GIS to map the route to Mississippi and cross-reference it with paranormal stuff.
Yes, exactly.
I could go off on a little tangent, but I don't know that I'd be that good at it. There's some kids that are. Part of some of mapping is the least, it's like cost analysis. You can do a map. The truckings use it to see which route is the least cost the least to go.
Right. Yeah. It's the most economical.
Yeah. It's done by grids and stuff. Anyway. Yeah.
Yeah. I just need mine to be the most.
Just a simple. Yeah. Relevant. I can do a simple map.
I just need mine to be the most relevant. It doesn't have to be, every stop. The less well known, the better.
Okay.
Maybe somebody can help me with this. I am looking for a way. You guys remember the Indiana Jones movies?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh.
And like whenever he was going somewhere, they play the music
in the little
and they kind of do that. Yeah, that map with the dot, the red dot. You can see it. I would love to be able to do that with Love America Tour and like start from wherever it was that Corin started and show the route, and then have that little red dot show up. Like you said, you were in Beaumont, or
that's where I'm originally from, is the Beaumont area. Yeah.
And
she's in College Station, right?
Yeah, I'm in College Station right now.
So it shows Corin leaving from wherever it was, and boom, College Station, and then we have Christina, and then all of everybody. I just would love to be able to do that, and I have no idea how.
Adobe After Effects and Adobe Animation or whatever.
Just so not on that level yet, man.
I know.
Yeah, I'm not. Maybe it made me think of and I don't know which department it is. There's some Aggies that worked on some of the Pixar stuff.
So how many Aggies
it would be them over there.
So how many Aggies does it take to finish a Pixar film?
Oh,
I don't know the answer.
You're wrong.
I don't know. That's a good setup. That's a good setup.
I'll tell you a funny thing. When I was taking, statistics.
Yeah.
My professor graduated from UT. He loved to tell us Aggie jokes.
Yeah.
I know there's not that UT football rivalry game anymore per se, but he loved to get us with Aggie jokes, and it was just like he had some good ones too.
Oh man, Aggie. So how'd the Aggie get his legs stuck in a steering wheel?
I don't know.
He went to dim the lights.
Oh.
For those who don't know, the light dimming switch used to be on the floor.
I do remember that.
And I had a truck, a 77 Chevy, fire engine red. Oh man.
And you're sitting there messing with the gear shift and everything else, because back then the gear shift was on the
column,
steering column anyway, and you're like, where in
Oh,
the heck are the brights? And yep, that button on the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah, little left foot. I guess it looked like a piece of aluminum can on the floor. It's like, what's that?
A little button about yay big.
Yeah.
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 A little peg down there.
Yeah.
That you hit by accident all the time.
Mm-hmm. You hear the click sound, you're like, click, click, click.
Well, I'm blinding somebody. Sorry.
Oh, well. They'll get over it.
Yeah.
But, if you would like, I think what we'll do is we'll try to have you on again when Scotty and Corin can both go. Because part of the deal is getting to reconnect with everybody. And
unfortunately, I can tell you right now, I can't on Wednesday. I'll be working. I'd have to probably get with you offline because of the way my schedule is. Yeah.
We'll schedule it. We'll have you come on for one of the parties when everybody's on, and we'll do that.
Yeah, because y'all would get me at work, and I'm like, I don't think work would be too happy about that.
I'm pretty sure that's a HIPAA violation.
Exactly. That I'd be like, I really can't move around, and you can't hear. Yeah.
And that's actually funny you bring up HIPAA violation. Whenever I do OSINT and stuff, and whenever they started handing out government contracts for track and trace, that's a HIPAA violation in regards to Google and Apple running those apps. They get personal information.
Oh, dude, did they get fined, or how did they?
Oh, nothing's going to happen to them, but that's a HIPAA violation. They're a third party, and they're not supposed to have that medical information available to the public, which it would be. So
yeah.
Anyways, awful.
Yeah, no, that's a topic in GIS too. It's like when you do, which I'm probably going to freak a lot of people out, you can Twitter data mine. And when you do that, it gives a lot of information out. And the researchers that use it, they're using it it's innocuous, but it's a lot of data. It's a lot of personal data. Wow. So they question the ethics and morals about it. It's like, but it's... They
question the ethics of that, but not AI.
What? I'm just telling you what,
Oh, yeah, no, I get you.
Yeah. So it's people will say, well, Twitter's doing it. People pay for Twitter data out the wazoo just because of the information that
people do not understand that those free apps, the free social media, all those little things you do on social media, like, oh, this is my girlfriend, Taylor Swift, that's going to marry me, or this is the day I'm going to die. All that stuff is used, and it was actually used in 2016 because a guy that was doing independent research at Facebook, Cambridge Analytica, figured out that he was the one in charge of doing a whole bunch of those tests, and that's how they successfly targeted political ads. Like it was like, Obama did pretty well, and it's like Obama did really well in regards to being the first internet social media president, but whenever it came time in 2016, they made that look like child's play. It was insane. I had to write a report on that. So,
guys, we are going.
Well, and speaking of,
go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, go for school.
Yeah,
it's
go
not coming out right, but yeah.
Also,
good luck with you, is what I'm trying to say.
If you're interested in really helping me map a way to Mississippi with not so well known paranormal site, and when I say not so well known, I don't mean somebody's grandma knows somebody. Documented a little bit, but not talked about a lot. And also, that would be amazing. And it doesn't have to be one person doing it all. If everybody
Well,
could just get.
what I was saying, because I'm doing my practicum, I was like, ooh, it's something I have to seriously think about. It's like we're doing group projects, so it's something I could pitch for a group project. So it'd be like
That'd be
3 or 4
amazing.
other
Yes.
kids. I need to stop calling them kids. 3 other young adults
So an
working on
idea.
it. So, but
One of the ideas that Ben and I have, because we're both nerds and we both mess with VR and AR and stuff, is to get those mapped and also be able to recreate, like, let's say there was a battle there, we'd be able to recreate that battle as maybe if someone's wearing their headset or in the VR,
okay.
yeah, while they're watching the video or something. There's a lot of possibilities, but that was one of the larger ones. But anyways, I know Husky's tired of hearing me talk, so.
Well, it's not of hearing you talk. Husky's just tired, and it is 8:45, and been a long day. Like I said, Christine, I apologize for everything that has.
I don't have to apologize.
I'm sorry. The dog has got my headphones. The cord on my headphones.
Before I got pulled on, Jonesy was playing on my headphones, and I was like, nope, can't do this while we're on.
But we will get.
Is
back.
that Jonesy from the Stephen King novel?
Nope, from Aliens, the cat.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I didn't mean to
Yeah.
interrupt, Husky.
Yeah, if there is one from the Stephen King, I don't know, but no, he's named after Jones from the Alien trilogy. Well, from Alien and Aliens.
Freaking light keeps going off.
Okay. Well,
that's
tap
a
it.
cue.
That
Time to
tap.
go. Yep.
I am looking
Good game,
for...
guys. I'm out of here.
Bye.
Okey-doke.
Have a good night. Get
We'll
some
see you,
sleep.
Chad. Frog Wrangler says he's done research into the paranormal. He can help with the mapping a bit. Okay.
There you go.
Yeah, get a hold of him on Twitter. I know he's on Instagram too, but I don't know where he is. And on Twitter, he is Treasonous DJ. He is at Treasonous DJ. If you watch Twitter, we'll retweet him at some point. But I apologize again, and we are definitely going to have you on again, because part of the deal of these re-interviews, you won't have to go through that again, but we're going to get you on with Corin and Scotty and the crew, because part of the deal is you get to go back and ask questions and
Oh yeah, I did have
reconnect
one
with
question.
everybody.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. They need some deep woods. They need to remember to pack that.
okay. And I think Cass is telling me that he wants to go out, and so again, guys, I
Okay.
apologize that everything has that can possibly go wrong has gone wrong, but we are going to be back Wednesday night. This is Saturday night. Whatever Ben has, it's contagious.
It's okay. All I'm gonna say is hi, everybody. Love y'all,
Okay.
and
so,
take care.
we're going to go ahead and call that a day. Everybody, by the way, is saying that they enjoyed your interview, they've enjoyed your follow-up, and we will definitely have you on again. And aside from that, I want to get with you because I'm really interested in this ArcGIS thing now. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because to me, mapping's cool. It really is. I'm like, I don't know if I may have mentioned it in my interview. I don't know, but it's like if I'd have known I could have made a career out of it way back when, I would have, instead of nursing. But I went into nursing because my mom and dad and my grandma. So
I had a Twitter exchange with a fellow like that. Said he wrote a story when he was in high school and he liked the story, but it wasn't well written. I was like, well, you're smarter now than you were then, more experience.
Yeah.
Give it another go. Why not?
Exactly. I guess that's the main thing, is like, you're never too old to do something you want to do. Don't let the number of your age stop you. I mean, my grandmother, I can't recall how old she was when she got because she started out as an LVN. She went back to school for her RN, I think in her 50s, I think. And so you're never too old. Just go out and do it. And don't let the environment that you're in, and Lord forgive me for calling them kids, that was a little intimidating to go back with, because these kids are so smart. I'm telling you, I'm like, whew. But yeah, it's like, Don't let that stop you. Don't let intimidation stop you from doing something that you truly do love and that you find happiness out of.
If it brings you joy, do it.
Yeah.
You know, you and I are about the same age. You're doing something new now. I'm doing something new. Something new is, there's nothing to be scared of.
Yeah.
Just jump in, and if you like it, keep doing it.
Exactly.
That is an awesome note to end on. So
Yep.
I look forward to continuing to talk to you and learning more about what you do. And
yep, it'll be fun. I enjoyed it.
absolutely, I did too. We will have you on again, Christina.
All right, y'all have a good night. Take
Y'all
care.
have a good night. We'll talk to you later.
Live long and prosper.
Absolutely.
Bye.
Bye.
Think. Well, that's much more gooder.